Hey, everybody, what's going on out there? Appreciate you all showing up. I know there's a lot of shows you can watch, and thank you for watching ours.
Oh, who else's show? Because this is the only show.
I know. But Jared's got a premiere going on, so guys, make sure to check out his. Make sure to check out his video. He's doing hot dogs, smoked hot dogs. So
on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, we can do hot dogs any day. All right, we got Janice on from White Chipmunks. Make sure to check out her channel. It's really cool.
Hey, Janice.
Steven from Cooking with Steven and Jacqueline's on.
Yay.
Braden. We got Nathan from Mr. Blue Toys. Terry from Madwood Barbecue. Josh from Skinner Farms. Oh, who else? Charlie from Pickles. I saw Jared on here earlier. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Grilling and chilling with Coleman.
Yeah. Oh, is he on here? Coleman on here? Right on. There he is. I like it. There he is. See that? Now he's official.
Now, all right. we can begin.
Now we can begin. If he's on, we're good. What's new?
Well, not much.
Not much?
No.
Got Darnell online with us, though. I mean,
surviving.
Life's good. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I had the craziest day, and we were just talking to Bill. We have our guest tonight is Bill from Grumpus on Fire.
Okay.
And I had the craziest day. I don't know what it was, but I had 3 videos take off.
Really?
Just boom.
Go viral?
I wouldn't say viral, but they just took off, and I got over 100 hours of views today.
Good.
That is unheard of for me. I hope it can.
What's a normal day?
10 maybe if I'm lucky.
Wow.
So I was just
good.
Holy crap, you've got to be kidding me.
Good job.
So yeah, thanks.
So what is so you said 3. Were they new videos or are they ones that you've had out there for a while?
2 of them are shorts, but crazy enough, when looking at the source, shorts was not a source. So those are a full view. And then one of them was Harita and Drew when we interviewed them. That was the other one.
Oh, cool. So, that is awesome.
Yeah. So
that is cool.
Well, let's do it. Let's bring Grumpus on. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Wait a minute. We gotta introduce him first. All right, you guys all know Bill from Grumpus on Fire, right? Guy's great. Love him. It's quite the character. Here's his channel. Make sure you're subscribed to it. There it is. Guy's always got something cool going on. Plus, he wears a Hawaiian shirt. I like that. Can't go wrong with that. So
we all know Mike is always in Hawaiian.
Oh yeah, but it looks like Bill is too. So
hey, you started a fad.
Look at that. See? My brother from another mother right there.
Yep.
All right. Shall we bring him on?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'll put on my spectacles so I can see.
There you go. Bill, welcome to the show. Or Grumpus. I like Grumpus better.
I know. Why Grumpus? Why Grumpus?
Why Grumpus? Well, Grumpus, my grandkids have multiple grandparents, and we were trying to come up with something that would more apply to me, to separate me.
I got some bad video coming through. Bad sound. Can you hear him, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear him just fine.
Perfect. Okay, I can hear him now. I can hear you.
So anyway, that's how Grumpus
there he
started.
Is.
And it's kind of my alter ego on YouTube.
Grumpus. My sister calls me, wanted her daughter to call me Grumple.
Grumple.
But since my grandkids call me Grandpa Homie, it became Uncle Homie. So I'm okay with it. I go whatever.
That's
as long as they don't call me something bad. Bill, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I got special occasions. I got the good stuff tonight.
Holy crap, you do. Dang, no cheap stuff for you, brother.
We're going to open that up and work on that tonight.
Right on.
Velvet.
You got a Hawaiian shirt on?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say I admire your taste in clothing.
I appreciate it. Yours as well. I actually have 2 of these shirts, so.
I was wondering how many of that one print is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, probably 4, and I got 2 of them. So.
But he's actually got how many shirts do you think you have, Mike?
Probably 10.
Hawaiian shirts.
No, probably 10 or 12. But how about you, Bill?
I'm thinking more.
My whole closet's full of them. I've been wearing them for years.
Me too.
Kind of my uniform of choice.
Mike's
like it.
too.
Yeah, I like it.
Once I got out of corporate work, and I didn't have to wear a plain, not necessarily white, but nothing like this.
Mhm.
Mike's,
Kinda
Mike
adopted
likes it as
and
a
I stay like
corporate uniform though, really. Mike is just he's taking it to the streets. He's taking it to
it.
the
It's a new
office.
level.
He is, yeah.
That's just because I had a boss years ago that hated him and I didn't like her. So started wearing Hawaiian shirts. So by the way, what's everybody else drinking? Cheers, everybody. Put in there
I got
hashtag
Mike's.
whatever you're drinking. All right. Bill, where are you from? I like it. Bill, where are you from? And where do you live now?
Well, I was born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. When I was 24 years old, we had a bad blizzard in 1977. Told my wife, take your pictures, build your snowman, we're out of here. And in May, I had a job in Houston, and I haven't looked back.
Good for
Houston,
you.
Houston, Houston. You ever listen to Bob and Tom? They do that. Houston, Houston, Houston.
But yeah, I used to dream about as a kid coming down here, and that's where I always wanted to end up. And first chance I got to get out of town, I left.
Good for you.
Nice, nice. I was going to go down there as well with Kent and CJ being Uncle Steve's guests, but and I think that we were all going to try to meet with you, but unfortunately, my wife said no because of COVID. So,
Well, I think most everything's been pretty much canceled at this point.
yeah.
I heard today that the rodeo's completely shut down.
Oh.
They're not
Oh wow.
start. So I think CJ and Kent's still going to come down. They're not going to change their plans as far as the vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can, they can work it in their schedule. It sounds like they're pretty busy. If they can work it in, I'll meet up with them someplace.
There you go.
Carrie
That's-
joined us.
Yeah, we got Carrie here. Welcome,
Hey.
Carrie. Hopefully, we haven't missed anybody. If we missed anybody, I apologize.
Yeah, sorry. I try to pipe in when I can.
There you go. Yeah. I like to mute Monica. Put her on the mute.
Oh. I'm not even a moderator, so hey. I have no power.
So, Bill, we were talking earlier. You said you had some animals.
I've got one cat.
One cat.
It
Lucky you.
adopted us about 4 years ago.
Lucky you.
And
You need-
well, it come at a good time because the wife was wanting a dog.
Oh.
And I used to raise dogs, so I was done with that. And I
Don't
figured
touch.
she wouldn't take care of it and I get stuck with it. So the cat showed up at the right time, and she's realized that a cat's plenty to take care of.
I'm gonna say, do you need another one? Because I got a
Oh, no.
cat I'd love to get rid of.
They're pretty much maintenance free as far as when you compare them to dogs.
That's true. This is true. Yeah. All dogs are always into something. You know, when it's quiet, they're into something.
Yep.
They're like kids. Yeah.
I used to breed and show basset hounds.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
oh, I love
That's a
Basset
loud
Hound.
dog, huh?
I had basset hounds for about 20 years. I had them around here. And
I
trying to
grew
get
up.
out of
My grandparents had a basset hound named Droopy, and he was the best pillow when I was a kid.
Oh,
Aw.
gosh. They were just like me. They wanted to eat, take a nap.
Yep.
Don't wait.
Another one of that. I'd make a great basset hound.
Is a basset hound the one that howls a lot? Or is that the
They
hound dog?
can. They can. Well, that's the hound dog is a basset hound.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's
But
another
they're
one
big
that red hunting dog. What's that one called? It howls a lot.
Irish setter.
Yeah.
You talking about a bloodhound?
A bloodhound. There you go. But
yeah, we showed them for a while, and as they got old and went away, we just stopped the whole scene on showing dogs. It's a full-time job. It's like YouTube. If you don't jump in with both feet, you just kind of out there.
Yep. Hey, we got a newly shaven and bald Keith online with us here talking.
I
in the
heard
chat.
about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't home to watch this stuff Saturday, but I heard I really missed it.
Yeah, I wish I'd have seen it too. I was busy.
Yeah, he's an Indiana boy, if I remember right.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, but he'll tell us in a bit.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't like cream cheese, so I know that for sure. I got a comment one time on one of my videos. I like this, but I hate cream cheese. Laugh. So tell us a little bit about your channel, Grumpus.
Well, it's a cooking show. Basically, I'm just, I'm no expert. I just kind of letting people know what I'm doing and how I do it. Kind of started out as a way to let family back in Indiana see what old Bill was up to, and the grandkids kind of get a kick out of Grumpus being on the internet and stuff like that. I toyed with the idea of having a YouTube channel for a number of years, but when I got my new pit, I thought, man, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. So that kind of pushed me over the edge.
There you go. And that was one of my questions later on. So we'll get to your pit. Where can we find you on social media?
Right here.
Right here. And nowhere else.
Do anything else. This is a full-time deal for me.
I like it.
Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. I never really got into that.
Gotcha. Cool. Nothing wrong with that, man. So, what's your earliest memory of cooking?
Oh gosh. I've always been interested in cooking, but I don't think I really did any cooking until I left home and got out on my own. My grandma was a really good cook. I used to like hanging around her in the kitchen. My mom was a really good cook. Even as a kid, I was kind of weird. I liked all the cooking shows on PBS and that kind of stuff, but I really didn't get my hands in it until I was grown.
The good old days. We were talking about that with our new barbecue, the PBS cooking shows a couple weeks ago.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
When, old Julia Childs and some of them I can't even remember, but it was
the Galloping Gourmet.
Galloping Gourmet.
Yeah. Yeah. The good old days of cooking.
There wasn't a lot of cooking shows, but we're talking back in the late 60s, early 70s. So there wasn't a lot on, so I tried to catch all of them I could.
Yeah, it was all like on PBS too. That's about the only place you'd see them. But you only had 4 channels.
That
back
was
then,
it.
if you were lucky. Yeah.
If the tinfoil was just right on the rabbit ears.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Well, look at that, Monica.
Well, look at that. It is.
A question.
Who is Bill's cooking idol from the Food Network?
And who would you like to be?
That you'd like to meet? Yeah.
Well,
who's your cooking idol?
Probably, gosh, that's a tough one. I got 2 of them I really like. If I could cook with anybody, I'd like to cook with Emerald.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
I like his style. I like his cooking. I like Gordon Ramsay's intensity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we would match in the kitchen.
Emerald used to be intense, but he's gotten old. It's pretty crazy too about Emerald with his new what is it, a Fry Daddy or what's he, air fryer?
Oh yeah, he's really peddling that.
When he first came out with it was crazy. It's like he had gray hair. It was like, oh my gosh, what am I looking at right now? Like
put on about 50
Emerald.
pounds,
I could not believe it. But then 2 weeks later, he had black hair again. So somebody must have talked to him about it.
He saw his reflection in that toaster.
Right.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Bam.
So, I mean, my next question was, other than Bam and that, what was your favorite memory of cooking when you were younger?
Oh, my favorite memory? You mean me cooking myself or watching?
Or your grandma, or one of mine is a Thanksgiving I can vaguely remember. But
my grandma did the best chicken and noodles.
Ooh,
she would do homemade noodles, and
yum.
She'd start, everything was from scratch, and it was a pinch of this and toss in a little of that. And
to
this day, I'm still trying to replicate some of it because nothing was written down.
Yeah.
And same way with my mom. I watched her cook my whole life and never really got in the kitchen and done much with her. And in retrospect, I wish I'd have spent more time paying attention and, just spending time with your mom.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your go-to dish to make?
Generally, and it's odd. It's not even out on the grill. I do a like a seafood pescatory dish with Alfredo sauce and clams and shrimp and all the goodies, capers,
Oh yeah.
a lot of cheese. Generally, when people come in from out of town, that's what they ask me to make them.
Nice. I dig capers, man. And it's a funny thing. People either like them or they don't.
Yeah, well, you hate them when you taste them, but the dish doesn't seem right without them.
But to me, it's like pimentos. It's like, it's like not really a strong flavor. To me, it's like adding salt.
Okay. What?
I mean, the capers doesn't really have a flavor, really. I mean, it's like,
Huh?
Oh yeah, you bite down into a caper out of a jar, you'll pucker up pretty good.
well, yeah, it's like,
Really
I don't know. Maybe I've
adds
not
something
had some strong capers or anything. But the
You
capers
just
I have
not
are
had
not.
my seafood pescatory.
Okay.
There you
well,
go.
then-
Yeah.
Well, then we're arranged for that.
I'm sorry, I can't see the questions fast enough to
This is a classic right
leave
here.
that up to you guys.
Right.
Monica, go for it.
Okay. Are we talking Eastwind?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Chris,
I
watch
gotta have to
out.
sip.
It could be, it's a grab bag here. All right. Is it true that Bill bought all of Tom's Selleck's shirts from Magnum PI? Well, it was a fight between him and Mike. I'm going to answer that for him.
I wish I had them those shirts.
No kidding. Everything but the OP shorts.
Hawaii 5-0 is where that came
We couldn't
from.
even see.
I take the car too, but any food you won't cook?
The kitchen movie?
Yeah. I mentioned I used to have the dogs, and generally when I'd cook outside on the grill, I'd always have a little morsel for them. And I remember once I was at the store and there was a package of kidneys. Never fixed kidneys before. So I brought them home for the dogs. I was gonna, just warm them up on the gasser, slice it up for the dogs. But you talk about a pissy, smelly mess. I'll never.
Oh, it stinks.
Again. Oh my God.
Yep.
I mean, you've gone into new territory and you smell up the whole neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time for me.
Oh gosh, it was awful. You ended up throwing it out. I wouldn't even give it to the dog.
That reminds me of a story. I got to tell you guys this story real quick. I had these neighbors behind me who were just assholes, right? So we had our fire pit is where our rose garden is now. So I went to the grocery store and bought potato chips, Fritos, Doritos, and any other kind of O's that I could find and threw them in the fire pit and then lit those suckers, man. And then started waving it towards them, man. And they're like opening windows, and then you hear their car leave. Oh my God, it stunk so bad.
That's funny.
No. So your favorite celebrity chef? You just said is Emerald and Ramsay. Yeah, okay. Have you ever met a celebrity chef?
No, I have not.
No. Okay. Yeah, me neither. Other than me.
Someday, but
yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah. My son, we were at a rodeo and Guy Fieri was there on the other side from us.
Mm-hmm.
And my son went over there to introduce himself, and he came back and goes, "Dad, I didn't like him." I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Not very nice."
What?
I go, "But was it him?" He goes, "Yeah, he told me, get out of here, kid."
Shut up. How old was Chris?
This was probably 10 years ago, so he was 14.
Oh, poor kid.
So my next question to you would Grumpus. Oh God, Kent just sent me a text.
Oh,
I gotta look at this. Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Kent, can I show it? Yeah, I'm gonna show it anyways. I don't care.
What?
See that? Now, horrible picture, Kent. Horrible picture. Anyhow, apparently this is your long lost brother, but you can't see it. So
It's your twin cousin.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
But looking at it, yeah, if you put a white hat on it, it might. Yeah. I like it.
The good guys.
Yeah. Yeah, the good guys. Yes, that's right. Yeah. What inspired you to start your channel? You already told us. Jeez, Bill, you've already answered all these questions. My gosh. You watch this show, don't you?
It's trickery.
Yeah.
Yep. He's doing his homework.
Yeah, exactly. Are you subscribed to Patty Joe Cooking? That would be a good question.
I am.
That
I
guy,
am. He's quite the character. I like him a lot.
isn't he? Yes.
Mhm.
We're cousins. It's hard to believe. So next question.
Twin. Oh, they're twin cousins.
Twin cousins. Yes.
I'm hard to tell you apart.
I'm better looking.
He's not
Whoa.
gonna like that.
Yeah, he's on right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Was
He jumped on last night when I was running a test of the system late at night. He jumped
because
on there.
it's tomorrow for him during the day. Lucky
Yeah,
guy.
I didn't realize it was that far, that many hours off from us.
I think it's
Just
16
realized
from me.
it's the
So
other side of the world, I guess.
yeah, he's in Melbourne, Australia. So, what was your biggest challenge starting your channel?
Well, the biggest challenge is just doing it, just putting the first video out. To this day, I mean, my channel's been up now about 30, 32 months, something like that. And I'm still not that comfortable in front of the camera. I like making the videos. I like editing. I like all the tech stuff behind it, but I just really have to make myself get in front of the camera.
Okay.
We got
It's all you, Monica.
Barton Barbecue Smokeworks wants to know, fat side up or fat side down?
Well, I usually sleep on my side.
We're
So side.
fixing to lose half of our viewers.
Face down.
I've always done
Or
fat side up. I don't know why I started doing it that way, but it just seems like I always end up doing it. No matter where I put it on my pit, where I put the brisket on my pit, top rack, bottom rack, I always end up going fat side up.
Fat side up. Okay.
I really don't
Nice.
think it makes a difference other than, fat kind of sticks to the grill sometimes. The fat side down for me.
But do you flip it?
No, I generally don't.
So Mike Montoya says, I met a guy in North Carolina at a garlic festival and he was very friendly. So nice. Well, maybe he just didn't like my son, or maybe my son said something stupid to him. You never know. I'm sure he gets hit up all the time, guy. So yeah,
Well,
whatever.
Kelly and I could see him being not so friendly.
Well, we put ourselves out there and we have to deal with it. So he ought to deal with it too.
Right.
Yeah. Boy, I keep getting lost here.
Don't
If you
get
had to, nervous, damn it, I need another beer. If you had to do it all over again, what would you change?
On my
Starting your channel, yeah.
Well, in hindsight, I probably should have started a few years earlier.
Exactly. Me too.
And if I had to change anything, I need to figure out how to schedule my time better to where I can get more consistent with getting videos up. It's especially with the COVID, everybody's staying at home. Everybody's putting up videos. Everybody's going live. It's hard to keep up, let alone respond to comments, putting out videos and stuff. Just watching y'all is a full-time job for me.
Yeah, it
Me
can be
too.
tough. Yeah, it can be tough, but go ahead.
I would like to be more consistent on getting things up, but life happens. I got a full-time job.
Yep, I hear you there. So if I was starting a YouTube channel right now, what would be your advice to me or any other folks?
Well, just start it and know the first ones are going to be horrible. I mean, my videos are just horrendous at the beginning. They're still not that great, but man, I can't hardly watch them old ones.
I know.
So just start, hit the record button and just start, and just know that it gets better from that point on. And try to answer your comments when your viewers take the time to leave a comment. Try to answer it. I'm guilty of that too. I'm way behind on my answers, but we'll get caught up. But that's be yourself and engage in your viewers. They're viewing. I mean, everybody's putting out brisket videos, So I have a hard time believing people are viewing to watch me do a brisket. So they're watching people.
Mhm.
We tune in to the dude because the dude's the dude. We watch Kent because of who Kent is, and
Sure.
hopefully, I'm coming across as a genuine kind of guy, just a backyard cook, and that's what people want to see. I think.
Well, Charlie says the pro tip is never to watch your own videos. Just assume they're all good.
Well,
There you
that's
go.
easier said than done.
Yeah, no shit.
It sounds like sound advice to me.
Well, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Boy, watching some of those old videos, I just shake my head. I'm thinking
I want
about
to redo 'em.
redoing. Yeah, I've been thinking about this for this spring, redoing probably 5 of my first 10. And the hardest part is just going to be watching the damn things to remember how I did it. There you go.
Well,
That'll help right there.
It's hard.
Kelly says that you have an awesome that you have an awesome channel and that everybody here on YouTube loves you. So
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Carrie.
I think
Carrie's
that's
awesome.
unanimous.
Yeah, Carrie's awesome. I love Carrie.
But it'd be
She's
hard
actually-
to go back. It'd be hard to go back and redo my delivery on my pit. So some of that stuff is
That's true.
it's just always going to be there.
Yep. Yep. My very first video would be very difficult to redo that one as well. But it was
I don't want to lose my watchers, my watch time and stuff. If I redo them, I think you start all over, don't you?
if you make it private. So if I recorded white trash enchiladas again and made it private, then everything from that one wouldn't count.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's once you make it private.
Oh.
I just look at it all as a learning experience. Just
Yeah,
try to do better each time.
there you go. Just trying to get caught up here. Oh, Mike from Bidcats 305 and Rick's here.
Hey, Mike.
Wow. I don't think Mike's ever been on
Kelly,
here.
Rick's in here too?
sorry.
I love his channel. He's great.
Yeah.
He gave me one of the best pieces of
Too many
advice
monkeys.
on one of Charlie's lives when I started. And 2 pieces of advice, actually. One is, and what you just said, just get out there and do it. The second one was, you don't need an intro. Like, all right. A lot of people have the same intro over and over again.
Right. And I've thought about doing that, but I don't think that's what people expect out of me.
Yeah. So let's, I got to get caught up here. I watched Pickles Barbecue. I'm growing a beard waiting for a new video. Just kidding. What did Patrick say? Now you're talking, Bill.
There
I
you
don't know
go.
what I don't know what you said, but yep. Thanks, Patrick. You're an all right guy in my book. Let's see. So when you film, is it just you filming, or do you have somebody helping you?
Oh, I'm a one-man band. I do all the filming, everything. I mean, when you see the screenshots change, that's where I've shut down. I've moved the tripod. I've set it back up. I've gone through the motions again. Sometimes I'll have to mark the deck where the tripod was so I can put it back where it was. And it's quite an ordeal. It would be so much easier if I had some help, but this is my thing. I'm not going to drag anybody else down into it.
Geez, Grumpus, you're pulling in the big guys today. We got Phil on here from Daddy Cooks.
Yeah.
He's always
From parts unknown.
Yeah. We don't know where he's at, but you know what? He's always great. We got Dave from Da Bomb Smokes. Oh my gosh. He was fun too. Well, we got a packed house. Thank you, everybody. They're here to see me, not Bill or Monica. It's all
For
me,
real.
man.
Yeah.
It's all me, man.
Well, Phil, if you're in here, I watch your stuff. I don't always leave comments, but I watch all your stuff.
I always hit thumbs up. There's just sometimes I
always hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
But you come home, you've only got like 3 or 4 hours, or for me, I've only got like 2 or 3 hours, and trying to catch up on everybody's videos. It's like a shotgun marathon watch.
It is true.
Oh, I know.
I get to leave. I tell myself I'm gonna come back later and leave a comment, but it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's all you, Monica.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm having some issues. There you go. Okay, so what is the favorite food to cook?
Favorite
Grumpus?
food? Well, I like. I guess I would have to say ribeyes,
Mm.
or
Those are
maybe
good.
shrimp skewers, something like that. Uh, I like the low and slow cooks because it forces me to low and slow myself.
Hmm.
Uh, but my preference is live fire and cooking over live fire. So give me a campfire, a fireplace, um, anything, any place with a good flame. I like to cook on that. So
There you
whatever
go.
foods go on top of that, generally it's a steak or skewers or something like that.
Okay, nice. Oh, there's so many questions. It's like it's keeping me. And then I got these questions over here on this monitor. It's like,
I got all night.
hey, so do I. Yeah. And it's not even union mandated break time yet. Wow,
Not yet.
we're doing great. Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to break the seal.
That's the problem right there. Yep. Yep. Uh,
Yeah, we're
your
trying to
sound
think.
for your video. Do you use a lapel, shotgun mic, or what do you use?
I have I don't have the box out here. I've got a Rhodes lapel mic.
Hmm.
It's something kit, I think. I bought it right after I started the channel.
Okay.
It's wireless, and I use that, and it seems to work pretty good, good enough for me.
Good enough for government work, as I always say.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A one
And
camera or multiple?
one camera.
One camera.
In fact, one of the deciding factors in starting my channel was we already had the camera.
Okay.
I'd bought the wife a 1080 Canon, uh, just a video camera. One of the what's it called? Bivixa, Bivixa, I think, something like that. And we'd had that 5 or 6 years and probably didn't have 15-minute shot on it. So I told her, I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We've got the camera. I need to buy a mic, and I'll be off to the races.
Okay.
And that's what I use. It's been a good little camera.
Phil says it's the filmmaker kit. Same one he uses.
Filmmaker kit. Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yep. That guy's got toys galore, man.
Oh man, I got toy envy with him.
Exactly. Yep. So, how do you decide what video you're going to do next?
Well, a lot of times I don't decide till I'm in the store. I'm roaming around seeing what's on sale, what looks good, what looks fresh, and a lot of times I'm in the store and I got something in my hand, looking at it and going, my wheels are spinning. I'm trying to figure, okay, how can I twist this and do a video on it? And that's usually on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I'm firing the pit up on a Saturday.
Okay.
So there's really not a whole lot of rhyme and reason. If I think about it too long, somebody else does it before I get it.
Oh, gotcha. Like brisket.
Like brisket.
I'm not touching brisket right now.
I watched. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. He did a steak in a fireplace here just a few days ago.
Oh,
I've cooked so much stuff in the fireplace and never even thought about doing a video on it.
mm-hmm.
And I saw that. I thought, man, why didn't I do that 6 months ago? But I won't do it now because he just did it.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with something new and unique that might want to make somebody click on your thumbnail and watch it.
Correct. Yeah, it can be. It can be. I did one on I cooked a steak over it was on my Weber kettle, but it was over the chimney. You
Mm-hmm.
put the charcoal in, and like 3 video, and I usually film about 2 weeks in advance. And hell, by the time I released it, 3 other people did videos on it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
and then I'd never seen it before. Well, so much for that idea. So it is what it is, right?
But you probably still did it just a little bit different than everybody else.
Yeah, and it's just like Craig said from Behind the Garage Barbecue. It's like cooking on an afterburner. Holy
Yeah.
crap, there was some heat coming out of that thing. I mean, my baked potato cooked in 28 minutes.
Wow.
Holy crap. And the steak was on for 3, maybe
But
4
it's
at the
fun.
most. Yeah,
It's fun.
it was a blast. It was an absolute
And,
blast. So,
that's mainly what I'm doing. I'm just having fun in the backyard, and I turn the camera on and let people see what I'm doing. Right or wrong, that's the way Grumpus is doing it.
Your grandkids ever come over and hang out with you while you're doing it, or?
No, they're they're getting old enough now to where if they can't control me with a joystick, I'm not
That's that
in their
cool.
wheelhouse.
Well, you might have to one of these days.
At one
Yeah.
time, I thought they controlled me with a joystick, but not anymore.
Okay.
Daddy Cook says, "Do it anyways, Grumpus. Nobody can do it like you."
Well,
There you go.
thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
Like all these cheerleaders, you guys are great.
Yeah.
I have some really good viewers, and they always leave such positive comments for me, and I'm just so grateful that that I have the viewers that I have.
Yeah. Same here. Just a great, as I say, grump of people, but great group of people.
Grump of people.
Great grump of people out there, just
Those
fun
could be
people.
Grumpus followers would
Yeah.
be Grumpa people.
Your followers could be grump of people.
Yeah.
So, how about editing?
Editing, what about it? I have to do it.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned earlier that you love editing, so
Well, yeah, I like I talked to you before the show. I like the technology stuff, the computer stuff, and doing the YouTube forced me into learning Premiere,
okay, I use that too.
which is a program I'd been wanting to learn for years. And my advice to everybody when they ask me, I always tell them, I said, well, find a project, and that'll force you to learn the software.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube has done that for me with Premiere. Now that I've got my feet wet with Premiere and I'm comfortable, I'm kind of wanting to move on to Resolve. And I hear that's a whole nother beast to tame. But I like pushing myself on the technology end of it and coming up with different ways that forces me to learn it.
Yeah, I love Premiere. The more I use it, the more
Premiere's
tricks
fun. It's got a lot of good stuff in it.
it does, and you don't even have to buy the plugins because there's just so much to it.
I just want to get away from the cloud-based subscription services stuff.
Yeah,
It's the politics behind it more than anything.
gotcha. That's probably the number one reason why I don't buy one of those Google Chromebooks, is because Premiere doesn't work on it for whatever reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's all.
Oh, that's an Android-based system, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I love watching it. So.
Well, for right now, I use Premiere, but I'm hoping to lean away from it when I can.
Yeah, Premiere doesn't work on it. So, but I love Premiere. I like, just the other day I learned how to take the video and go, whoop, spin it around or flip it around, or hey, this is pretty cool. But
yeah, if you can dream it up, you get Premiere to do it. You just have to figure out how.
Exactly. Let's see. So you have tell us about your pit.
I've got a Lone Star grill.
Lone Star. Thank you. I wrote Lane Star, and I thought that is wrong.
No, it's a Lone Star
Lone
grill.
Star, yes.
I'd shopped for a quality pit for probably close to 3 years. Well, let me back up if you got time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bought my first smoker was an old Smokey.
Okay.
Right after I moved to Texas, so I would have been that would have been around 78, 79, and I bought an old Smokey, and that got me all excited about smoking meats and stuff. And then after I left the apartments and got into the house where I could have an actual deep, a pit, I'd buy whatever I could afford at the time, which is, pretty cheap stuff. So every 2 or 3 years, I'm burning them out, buying new ones. And I always said through the years, if I could ever save up enough money to buy a quality pit and buy my last pit, I was going to do it. And, 30 some years later, I paid the house off, and I thought, man, the first thing I'm going to do is buy me a pit. So I bought this monster. It started out as a 42-inch offset. And by the time I added the vertical on the end of it and added this and that and all the bells and whistles, it ended up being about 1,500-1,600 pound pit.
Wow.
But I'm not sorry. I'm famous around the family for having buyer's remorse on everything, but I can honestly say this pit, I've never looked back and wished I'd have done it. I hadn't done it. This has been the best toy I ever bought.
That sounds like 1,600 pounds of pure fun to me.
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, like I said, I've had it. Well, it'll be 3 years coming May. Coming into May, it'd be 3 years I've had it, and I still get kind of giggly every time I fire it up.
Nice. Yeah, I've watched it several times, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
So
I like
my
this thing.
advice to everybody is stop buying the cheap pits. Try to save up and get something with some quality. And I mean, you stop and think about it. Over the last few decades, I'd spent so much money on $300 here, $200 there. I'd probably already bought this pit a long time ago.
Sure.
I just didn't have it to show it. So yeah, whether it's a Lone Star or not, I mean, they don't pay me to endorse their stuff, but I have been so happy with them.
Well, they do now.
Deal with. I would buy another one in a heartbeat if I had to.
Yeah. Charlie says, so it's not just a camping pit. Yeah. No, it'd be kind of tough.
Take you camping with me. Although on a low and slow pit with a few of these, I have camped with it.
True that. One of my favorite videos of yours was the beer can turkey. Now, we've all seen beer can chicken, but beer can turkey. I know Charlie's going to pipe up here in a bit because he says there's no difference between beer can and water in a beer can for a turkey. But what was your take on chicken? What was your take on turkey?
I just thought it'd make a cool video.
Okay. That's totally legal, man.
And I thought, and to me, the challenge was finding a beer can big enough to fit in a turkey. And I thought Ham had one, and I was pretty sure Foster's had one. And I just thought it'd be a fun video, something kind of Texas-y that I could do. And whether or not the beer does any good or not, I'm not going to get into that argument. But it does put a little moisture inside the bird.
Sure.
And I think it adds, you put some herbs and stuff down in that can. I think it kind of helps keep the bird from drying out. You can taste that inside of it. But other than just being fun, I mean, that was the whole point of the whole video. Just have some fun, do something different on Thanksgiving.
There you go. So in Charlie's opinion, it works well as a stand, but no flavor difference.
Well, I think I put some rosemary in the can. I could taste the rosemary in the bird.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
maybe if you just use Miller Lite, it doesn't work that well.
No. Well, I don't have no flavor to start with.
Or Michelob Ultra.
That's for a skinny turkey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a real skinny turkey. Has COVID impact your channel at all, or how you do the cooks, or how you approach them?
No, I don't think so. The only thing COVID has done to affect me and my channel is it's just the community as a whole. Everybody's had more time to put up more videos than normal.
Correct.
And it's been difficult for me to stay on top of my channel because I get so wrapped up in everybody else's stuff that I put my stuff to the side. And I'm thinking, I should be out there doing a cook. But at the same time, I'm watching 3 or 4 of my community people to see what they're doing. And it's a hard balance for me personally. It's hard for me to manage my time to put me and my channel first. And I need to stop thinking so much about my channel as I think about my viewers. My viewers are requesting more videos, and I need to find the time to do that for my viewers. But that's about the only effect that the COVID's had on me is just it's really made things busy in the barbecue community.
I've noticed that too. And it is a lot more difficult to keep up as time goes on. I always hit thumbs up. I've never hit a thumbs down, by the way.
Never.
Always hit thumbs up. I always watch the entire video, but I don't always comment because it's just I don't have time sometimes. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
it.
yeah,
That's it. You know, I try to comment when I can, but
correct.
you know, if I don't have something good to say, I just won't do anything. But generally, I'll hit a like for pretty much every video I ever watch because
Yeah.
somebody's gone to the effort to put it in there.
Right.
And you know, in my heart, I'm thinking, okay, well then they did the best they could.
Correct.
And if it's
Absolutely.
not the way I would do it, that doesn't mean anything because everybody does something different.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people watch my videos and thinking, man, why did he do that? And if you notice on my videos, I never say, this is how you do it. I just say, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. I always say this is how I like to do it.
Yeah. And let's face it, you know, I cook at home so I can tweak things the way we like them. If I wanted on my video or on my barbecue to taste like everybody else's, I'd just go out and eat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Have you? One of the things I've noticed, you know, I was talking about thumbs up. I have a troll finally, and I'm actually feel good about it. You know,
Welcome to the club.
thank you. It's about damn time. You know, I have tried
What took you so long?
exactly, and I've noticed that within 1 hour of every video I release, I get a thumbs down.
What?
I do. It's
That's so
almost
rude.
on the dot.
That's
This
crazy.
guy, this person hangs out there, sees my videos, immediately thumbs down. It sounds like, do you ever deal with trolls or?
I haven't had a lot of trolls. I've only had to ban, I think, 3 people in
See, I'm not that advanced yet.
the 30-some months that I've been on, and most of it was profanity.
Okay.
I mean, I'm no saint. I don't put my halo
Me
or
neither.
anything like that.
Yeah.
But my grandkids watch my videos, and I'm not going to leave any comments on my videos that I would not want my grandkids to see.
Right.
Yeah.
And my mom's included. I mean, I don't want my mom to see a bunch of crap on my videos.
Mike learned that. Maybe it's your mom, Mike.
So,
Could be.
but and you know, talking about that, there's always going to be, you know, when you look at your comments, and I'm looking at other people's comments on their videos, a lot of times you see, you know, comment and all it says is I'm first or
Yeah.
I need everybody or something like that. Well, you have to believe there's somebody out there that wants to be the first one to put a thumbs down.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
And I figure, you know, I don't expect everybody to look at my stuff and agree with everything I'm doing.
It doesn't bother me. I just,
As far as I'm concerned, a thumbs down is still interaction.
bingo.
So, you know, telling me I'm doing it all wrong is still a comment. So, you know, I just kind of let it roll off my back. I don't take it too serious unless it's something that I feel would be offensive to any of my family that would see it.
Right.
Yeah. I've been using YouTube posts lately. Have you seen
what
it?
that is?
What is that?
So if you have to have 1,000 viewers or subscribers, sorry, and then you can post, and I've been posting in there, and I've been getting some great interaction
Posting where?
on YouTube, and it goes into your community tab.
Oh.
Right, you go to your community tab, and you can just make post, and it shows up just in the regular feed. People can comment. Like Jill's been on there, Chipmunk's been on there. Nathan's been on there from Mr. Blue Toys has commented. Several other people, I believe Marcel has. So one of the things that, like last week, that Lee brought up, and Lee and I were talking about it the next day, and it really got me to thinking, is audience. Who is your audience? And it really made me take a deep dive into myself and what I'm trying to come up with. So I ask you the same question, Bill. Your audience, do you know who your audience is or who you're trying to reach? Or is there a specific type of cook that you're trying to appeal to? Or maybe appeal is not the right word.
That's a good question.
Get with? Yeah, okay.
I guess, I mean, I don't know exactly why my audience tunes in to watch my stuff. I mean, I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing what I've been doing for years. The only difference is I've turned the camera on.
Okay.
So I hope that, I mean, if I wanted to learn, if I got a package of pork chops and I want to see how to do it, I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to watch a half a dozen videos on pork chops.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that half a dozen, I'm going to pick up something out of each one of them and then come up with what I think I need to do. So I'm hoping that the videos that I put out, people are just looking to see how can they do the same thing at home. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just cooking. We're not putting people on the moon. Especially low and slow. There's a lot of areas that you can rescue a piece of meat on low and slow if it looks like it's getting away from you. There's a lot of ways to learn your fire management on low and slow. So I'm hoping that my videos, and when I approach my videos, I try to conceive that I got a first timer watching my video.
Okay.
I've got somebody that just bought a pit. Now he doesn't know what to do. I try to gear my videos towards more of a teaching, a procedure teaching type thing. Not you have to do this, you have to do that. Give them some ideas of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and let them glean whatever they can from them.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that's helped them along the way, and they'll remember me and come back.
Okay. Well, somebody who has, almost 2,700 subscribers, do you look at analytics and how
I can't
much?
figure the analytics out. I need to watch some videos on how to do that.
I know a good place to do that.
I try, my intent with the whole channel is, number one, have a good time. Number two, give my viewers an idea of what I'm doing, and I'll explain why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, and then they can decide if that's right or wrong. But I'm not in it to make money. I hope to retire here in 2 or 3 years. Now, if I can make enough off of YouTube to kind of buy some groceries once in a while, and put the meat on the pit and kind of break even, that would be nice. But I'm not in it for the cash. I'm just in it to have some fun. It's a good creative outlet for me, and it keeps me from going to seed.
Gotcha. So I kind of look at it. I'm the same way as you. I'd love to be able to buy some groceries off of it. I don't really expect a lot, but YouTube is, what's the right way to think of it? To me, it seems like it's a little bit niche. Find your niche.
It is
Because
barbecue's a
yeah,
niche.
it is. Yeah, and people, the average Joe Blow, I don't think they just go to look to cook, right? They're not going to look to barbecue. And to me, which is a shame, because who doesn't like barbecue, right? And I can do it much better than they can at most other barbecue joints. So I'm there with you. I'm
My goal is to break even. If I could have any kind of a hobby that would be self-supporting, that would be great. Right now it's barbecue. I've got the pit. I love the pit. People seem to be watching my stuff, and they seem to like my stuff, so I'll continue doing it as long as it's fun. And
I think that's the key right
that's where
there.
I'm at. You got to have fun. If it's not, I already have a full-time job that is not fun, so I don't need another one.
White Chipmunks wants to know if you have subs from all over the world.
Now that Patty subbed me, I do.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I've got subs from outside of London that I know of. I'm sure I've got a lot more subs from other areas than I'm aware of. But I do know Marky Big Smoke. He's over in England. He's a new YouTuber. He subscribes to my stuff. Patty subscribes to my stuff. I know there's a couple up in Canada. I can't think of their name at the moment. But yeah, I mean, if I knew more about the analytics and I could look and see where everybody's at, I guess I've got more more range than I think I do. But just being in the backyard cooking, you're thinking, you got an area in the neighborhood that is tuning in.
You should, if you ever get a chance, ask Patrick what country a lot of his subs are from. It's quite surprising. I'll let him put it up there, but I was surprised when he did the potato chip one, or like Pringles. I think it was Pringles. Come on, Patrick, tell us. I think
the majority outside the United States is Canada.
Canada and England. But yeah, I would agree with you. Most of I get 2 or 3 from Australia, Canada, and England.
I actually had a comment. A viewer left a comment. He's in Dubai, which
okay,
because I didn't know what they roasted in Dubai.
Here's Patrick's answer.
Turkey.
It is. He did a video on something, and there's a chip of some kind. It was the same time it was coming out in Turkey, and all of a sudden, boom! Got all these subscribers, and I have to give him crap about it. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. Hey, speaking of Lee from Smoking Bears, there he is. Don't run that red light. I always like to say that when he says he's either driving or whatever.
Hey, Lee, thanks for listening in.
Yeah, Lee's great. I had a good time with Lee. One more question, and then it's time for my union mandated break.
All right.
All right. Favorite video you... No, we've got more questions on the other side, and then it's open mic. I used to be open bar, but since my name's Mike, I like open mic.
I like open mic. That's a nice ring to it.
Open mic's all right. Yeah, it rings everywhere but Turkey. What's your favorite video or the most funnest video that you've made so far? You think?
Oh gosh. Probably the one that I enjoyed the most was I hung some ribs on the vertical smoker as a tribute to Phil Rogers.
Okay.
PFE. We never really met in person, but we corresponded a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried for months to get me to build a fire in that vertical, and I just didn't want to do it. That's not where the fire belonged. But he kept encouraging me to do it and to try it and to try it and try it. So I did some ribs in tribute to him, and they came out excellent.
Awesome.
So that was probably one of my more fun cooks. But I think a lot of it was in the tribute to him.
Yeah, I got to get me one of them. But yeah, he was. Yeah, I know.
He was a good dude.
Yes, he was.
He was one of the first commenters on one of my earlier videos, and he hung in there with me, and always had just the nicest things to say all the time. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but he's been gone here for a while.
Been about a year, hasn't it?
He's gained like 2,000 subscribers.
Wow.
He's up to like, I want to say close to 10.
Wow, good for him. Well, I mean, for his family, and that is, the other side of it too, the legacy.
Oh yeah,
right?
and I'm so glad that Janet left the channel up.
Yeah. The legacy is amazing. I mean, think of your grandkids and your great grandkids, and they're going to be able to watch this forever.
Yep.
It took me forever just to find. It took me years to figure out who my great great grandfather was, and then it took me even longer to figure out when the guy passed away.
Yeah.
But now my great great grandkids, there's that was my great great grandpa.
Well, that's part of why I'm putting stuff out there, because I figure people I'll never meet will get to know who I am.
Yeah. Well, it's like Patrick. One day he sends me an email and it says Carol on it, right? Well, that's my mother's maiden name. So we got to talking, and it's like, then we started exchanging photos of my granddad, Carol, and it's like, holy crap, this just looks like my dad and my grandpa, like, holy crap.
World.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, it is union mandated break time. I don't know what union rules are in your state or country, but
I'm going to hang tough.
In my
All
state,
right.
it is union break time. Monica can, she
Everybody needs to join because we're
Yep.
going to be having open mic.
open
Oh.
mic.
Whoop,
So,
whoop, whoop, whoop.
all right, I will be right back.
All righty.
What is your what's your normal job? Your 8 to 5. You said you have a real job. What is
I
that?
do. I run a company that manufactures wooden spools and reels.
Yeah.
If you've gone down, if you've seen the semis with the big wooden reels on them with cabling and tubing
Yep.
and stuff on them, that's what we build.
That's when you're like 17, 18. When you first move out, that's your
Oh,
coffee
yeah, yeah.
table.
It's,
Your coffee table.
It's college furniture.
Right, there you go.
But yeah, we make them from 6-inch plywoods all the way up to, I think the biggest one we've made since I've been there was 15 feet.
Whoa. 15 feet. What would they put on that?
Oh, they put it on a low boy and had a motorcycle escort.
Wow.
And my biggest concern was getting it out of a 16-foot gate at my property. So yeah, I mean, people call me all the time and say, how big a reel can you make? And I said, well, I'll splice the tree if I have to.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So I've done that for the last 15 years, and before that, I worked downtown Houston at the Pennzoil Shell buildings.
Yeah. What'd you do there?
I ran a maintenance department.
Cool.
And we did all the new construction and when they remodeled floors and stuff, and we did all the maintenance on the building. And that was a fun job to have. I enjoyed working downtown. I could take a bus into work, take a nap, take a bus home, take a nap, and then go home and convince my wife I needed a nap.
Were you napping on the bus?
Oh yeah.
One time I took a nap on a bus and I missed my stop to get off.
Well, I did that one night after a happy hour, but
yeah, so I never did that
I
again.
was the only one on the bus.
Right. We're not napping on any buses anymore.
No. But now,
Actually,
now I'm back to driving to work every morning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just a regular job.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. But in this day and age, I guess we, should be happy you got a job. Because a lot of people still are without jobs.
We never lost any hours from the COVID.
Oh, good.
Other than my customers slowed down.
Oh yeah.
So we slowed down. But fortunately, we've tried to find enough work and enough stuff to do around the property that need to be done to keep everybody busy. So we've been very blessed to keep our jobs and keep everybody fed.
So do you just have one client in that business, or I imagine you have lots of them?
I've got people all over the country.
Yeah. Cool. So you're not actually spooling anything; you're just shipping them the spools.
No, we make. To dummy it down, we just make the egg crate for the eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds interesting. Trying to take a look at some of these comments here.
I was trying to watch them, but they stream by so fast. After them.
I know. Let's see here. But I don't do cilantro. Yes.
Bastard style. You're right. We get into those big reels. I'm competing with the metal reels.
Oh, really? But yours are biodegradable.
Well, we're a custom shop, so we don't have anything on the shelf. So everything a customer, whatever he wants, we build it specially for them.
Ship to order.
Because everybody, depending on what they're laying on, whether it's cable, tubing, or whatever, depending on what they're laying on it, it may take a different width, and they can customize the width where they get a nice straight lay down on that. So, it's a custom shop. So we're a specialty, almost a niche reel company.
I see a lot of those reels, like on the free section. I was like, man, I wonder how much those reels cost.
Well, I have people call me probably at least at least once a week, I get a call somebody wanting to know if I buy used reels. But the problem is that so many of my customers export stuff to other countries that, my reels are stamped as bug free, and they're not going to take a chance on a used reel getting rejected in China. And they saved $100 on a reel, and they just got $30,000 worth of material rejected. So, it's all new stuff, custom made.
Nice.
Dave wants to know what's open mic. Well, I just put the link out there for anybody to join if they'd like. And we'll just kind of keep going. And Risa just showed up. Welcome, Risa. Everybody else, if I missed somebody, I'm sorry. If I miss you, welcome everybody. How about
Monica? I was trying to keep track of the
There were comments here.
but it's streaming so fast I can't.
Oh,
keep track.
It's crazy. And if I missed a
leave that to
comment,
you
please re-ask it. This time I was actually able to spell Michael in the snow, not just Mike. So it was nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
how about?
I'm gonna step away for a minute.
Oh, union mandated break.
You know what?
You ever do you have bloopers, or ever thought about doing a blooper?
All of my videos are bloopers.
Oh, it's.
No, I haven't thought about doing a blooper reel because I screw up so much during the videos. I don't think anybody will notice.
We have an invisible man on here.
What is that?
It's an invisible man. His name is Dave. Dave from the Bomb.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm laying here in bed. I'm chilling, drinking some bourbon.
Nice.
My wife's sleeping.
What kind of bourbon you got, Dave?
I've got some Jim Beam. Black.
Nice. Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I don't buy it very often. I buy the white most of the time. But I've got vodka too. I like to drink vodka. I was just in the mood for bourbon.
Nice.
Hey, this is awesome, guys. Thanks for allowing me to come on here.
Yeah.
I didn't know what open mic was.
It used to be
When Mike unbuttons his shirt.
exactly. Woo! Yeah, nobody want to see that. Chris said the other day he was going to start milking me if I had any more White Russians. I said, well, I'm already a A cup working on a B, so.
I'd like to say, Mr. Grumpus, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
And you sound a lot like me. Hearing you answer a lot of the questions, I can relate to a lot of that. Operating the camera and doing all the cooking all by myself.
Yeah.
Dave was fun guest. We had a good time.
I had a ball.
It adds quite the challenge.
It really does, doesn't it?
I like the thought process and trying to, you've got, I don't know about anybody else, but I've got the video in my head. I just haven't made it yet.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Cameras around and saying, okay, well, if I do this, I move the camera, how am I going to blend that together when I edit it? That's the challenge that I really have fun with, almost as much as the cook.
Yeah, I can relate to that. My wife, I have a caregiver for my wife, and sometimes she's pretty good about helping me. I had a hard time trying to get her to be on my videos, but she's helping me sometimes do the camera work. And like if I'm working on something, a real quick thing, and she just happens to be here, I'll ask her to help me. She's pretty good.
Yeah, my wife would help me if I asked her, but I know her patience isn't there.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience, I'll tell you.
You talk about a 16-hour cook on a brisket.
Yeah. I've had them go 20 hours.
20 hours worth of video.
Yeah. And then you get that 20-hour cook, and then you get all that footage, and then you got to try to cut it down to a time limit.
Oh gosh, it's hard.
That most people will watch. You
got to be ruthless.
I wanted to ask you something, Grumpus. What I don't even know your first name.
Well,
it's scrolling down there on the bottom.
My bill
collector. Let me see. What?
My bill collectors call me Bill.
Bill. Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking at this. I haven't been. Oh, Bill. Okay. I got you. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to what was scrolling down there. And hell, now I done forgot my darn question. I know what it was. What time limit do you put on most of your videos? Do you just let them go?
You know, I hear people say, you know, keep them around 10 minutes. I hear all these unofficial rules. I'm trying to tell a story. And what I'm trying to do is tell a story on how I cook a brisket.
Yeah.
And if it takes 19 minutes, it takes 19 minutes. If it takes 25 or if it takes 11, I really don't look at that.
Yeah.
Trying to think, okay, if and like I mentioned this earlier, if somebody's tuning in for the first time and somebody just bought an offset and they type in the search, you know, how to cook a brisket. If I pop up, I want to show them how to cook a brisket. I want to show them how to trim it. I want to show them what I do to get it seasoned. And not only what I'm doing, but why I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that so much that I'm just doing the cooks as I'm trying to pass along information that I've learned through the years.
That's a good quality there. Yeah.
If it takes 22 minutes or 28 minutes, you know, you guys that already know how to do briskets, you don't have to watch the full 28 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody out there will.
Oh,
And
yeah. I've watched many a
the
long
person-
video myself.
That's the person I'm gearing my videos to.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that's where my niche is in a niche community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that basically that question that answered the question that was asked before about your your audience. You know,
Audience, yes.
what kind of audience do you?
Yeah,
I
'cause
thought that was a great question. Lee
don't
brought
like-
that up last week.
I don't like watching a video where they say, okay, we're going to do a pork shoulder, and they cut the fat off, they put the season on it, they throw it on the fire, and then they show it on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help me. I want people to see.
Right.
I want people to actually see. Okay, well, my pit's running hot. We need. Here's how I'm going to back it down. You know, I'm losing my flame. Here's what I need to do to get it back up. That's what I'm trying to do. That's
a good point you made right there too,
That's
Bill.
where
Because
I think my viewers are.
when I first started watching videos before I had my channel, I did watch the long videos because they gave more specific information and the timeline was more live, so it kind of gave me an idea what to expect when I did it. And one of the channels the first channels that I remember going to a lot was T-Roy Cooks, because Troy would take the time to show. His was a little longer then, and so he did a lot like what you're doing. He would show step by step, and you'd see what was going on and how he had to adjust the vents and everything. You know, yeah.
And you know, jumping on the back of that is you know, there's a lot of people that are trying to keep their videos to 10 minutes, 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, if I run a longer video, then I'm the exception. I'm the one that's a little out of the box.
Well, I
That
guess I
takes a
sort of,
while
after you
because
learn how to
there's
do a lot of
dozens
stuff. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
There's a dozen of them out there already trying to keep their videos to 12 or 14 minutes because that's what they decided the analytics need. And I don't worry about the analytics, and I don't think about it.
Well, there's Phil and somebody else.
Hey, Daddy Cooks, looky there, Phil.
I wasn't going to chime in. Can you guys hear me? I wasn't going to chime in.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we hear you.
But
Loud and
We
clear,
haven't seen you in a while.
I've been working on some other projects. But when you're talking about length of a video, all right, and I agree completely with Bill, your video takes as long as it takes to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if the story is a recipe, if it's a long cook, it might be longer. If it's a shorter cook, it might be one of those shorts. You know, it depends. I've done videos like vlogs. I did this train video. Me and my wife went to New York and we did a bunch of stuff. It was a 36-minute long video, but it was all artsy, fartsy travel type of thing. And then I've done videos that have been as short as 5-7 minutes. It depends on you as a creator and what you're trying to show the people, show your audience. I hope that made sense.
It made perfect sense.
Oh, it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're agreeing with me, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right.
You know, one of the things that I realized, I had to move over here where I had better lighting. I moved into the other room. Yeah, a lot of times I think, and especially myself, I've become too concerned with length of videos and things, and all of that is to try to keep my audience interested enough. So a lot of times I'll lose track of what really matters and why I'm making the video. Like Phil just mentioned about, you know, that it tells the story, and it's going to take as long as it takes to tell the story. And if people are interested in hearing the whole story, they'll watch the video all the way through.
Yeah.
But I guess the point I'm trying to make is, like, get people like me. I've already learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot from y'all. But I've learned a lot. And when I watch a video, a lot of times I do get impatient and bored, because a lot of times somebody's showing a video that they want someone to learn who's never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
But I still want to watch the video. I want to support my fellow YouTuber. So I may fast forward through it, you know, a little bit. But yeah, a lot of times I'll lose track of that when I make my own videos, and sometimes I'll break it up and make smaller videos.
Well, to add to what you're saying, I totally agree with you. But then there's also some people expect something out of yours. Like people expect out of my video a White Russian, right?
Yeah, right.
So I started putting into mine a White Russian break. Yeah. And I'll be damned if I'm not losing, you know, when you look at the analytics, I am not losing views during the White Russian breaks. When I was doing the Fridge of Fame, I was. But for the White Russian breaks, people just expect it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, what you will learn over time, and I've learned this over time. I've been doing this for a minute. Okay. I've learned that you can still tell the story, but through editing, and I know some, you know, newer folks don't edit as much, but I've learned that you can still tell the story if you edit. You know, I don't do as much prep time as I used to. Everybody doesn't need to watch you chop up a freaking onion.
Yeah, right.
Everybody doesn't need you to chop up the bell pepper. So I've cut that down some. I've gone to snap a finger and it's already prepped. You know, I've got to experiment with stuff like that. And because you want to show them the story on how you did it. Now, I don't do recipes. I show people how I do it, because I might like spicy and you might not like spicy. You might want to do the recipe, but how much pepper I add might not be as much pepper as you add. You might add more cumin than I do. Yeah. The way you cook at home is the way you like food to taste. Mm-hmm. So
that's why I always say, this is how I do it. Or
this is
how
exactly,
I like
this
it.
is how I do it.
You do what you want.
Point. Well, I might need to start saying that myself.
I mean, I do that, and then I give alternatives. Hey, guys, I'm using carrots, but you can use parsnips, you can use beets, you can use this, you can use that, because people are different. So I throw in alternatives on how I do it versus how you might want to do it. That type of thing. That's just me. You know, it's all technique and it's all preference, and a lot of it's, you know, some people edit more than others. Some people give more details than others. You know, it's YouTube. Yeah. You know, it's all up to your style and you catering to your audience.
Well, my loose outline is I try to create a video that I would want to watch.
I do the same thing.
And if it's something that I think I would want to watch, then maybe there's somebody else out there to find some value to it.
Now, something that might make it easier for you is I film for the edit.
Me too.
Okay. I filmed the segments for my edit. If those of you that watch my video, there's going to be an introduction, a supporting cast, some prep reel, cook, a taste test. All my videos are like that.
Yeah.
So I film it that way. So it makes it easier for me to edit, because I freaking hate to edit. I'm pretty good at it, but I hate to do it.
I'm the same way, Phil.
But
that's how I do it too.
Well,
yeah, I film for the edit because, you know, when you got all the footage inside of your timeline for your editing software, I got it, you know, labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 A roll, 1, 2, 3, 4 B roll, 1, 2, 3, 4 C roll, and then audio. So it's just laid out for me, and I cut out the fluff, and I just make a video as long or short as it needs to be.
I try to keep the edit in mind while I'm recording, because I'm trying to make the edit easier for me later.
Yeah, exactly.
I always end up making it harder than it is. I don't know. I've done that with.
I think that's human nature.
Well, we all do that.
Yeah.
I got a question, y'all. Do y'all ever watch your own videos?
All the time.
All the time.
I do
All
it.
the time.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. My wife gets so mad. You're watching it again? I'm I'm terrible because I'm looking for mistakes.
Exactly.
I'm looking for mistakes. I'm looking for what could I have done. Like, man, that was great. Oh shit, there was a broom in the background. Stuff like that.
How could I have done this better? How could I have improved this? Yeah.
Exactly.
I know what you mean. And it's just a matter of, I think a lot of professionals, I'm not saying that we're professionals, but I think that's what makes professionals professionals. They're always trying to critique their own work,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing.
I look at my earlier videos and my teeth itch, man. It's terrible. My earlier videos suck so bad.
I'm with you, Phil. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's always a rag out of place, or something you thought you slid out of frame, but it's still there.
I tell you what I hate the most when because I do multiple cameras and audio separate, and that one audio file, the whole video's perfect, but like
no audio.
20 seconds in the middle, you lose an audio file, so now you got to use the audio for your camera.
I know.
So most of the video sounds like this. And in the middle, it sounds like this.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I went to one.
You know what I started doing? I started just videotaping everything and then going back and unless it's really good, I get rid of the video from my camera and I narrate everything.
Oh, see, I don't do voiceover.
Well, I
try not to do voiceover.
I've just started doing it though. It seems to be working for me so far. It just as far as making it easier. And then the last video I did, I didn't even say anything.
Wow.
It was only like a minute long though, and it was a very simple video. But
I try to keep my audio the same. So I use the same thing you use, Bill, the filmmaker kit, the Rode filmmaker kit, and it sounds great as long as you got it set up right. But it sounds different than this. So because I'm using all Rode products here, I got a soundboard. This is my podcast rig.
Right.
So if I lose audio for some reason, my daughter forgets to hit the button, or I lose a file, if I voice over it, you will immediately tell the difference.
Exactly.
And
that's the thing I don't like about.
I put the same lapel mic on if I have to do voiceover.
Exactly.
So it all sounds the same.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, and I'll run it off my camera, and then I'll just take the audio from it and use, and it sounds there's a difference,
and it sounds the same.
Yeah,
but if I lose a file, and then I come up and try to voice over with this is podcast radio quality, as opposed to Rode, which sounds good, but it'll sound different.
Yeah, right.
But what kicks me in the butt is, do I want to do this where it sounds different better, or do I want to use the camera audio where it sounds different worse? It's catch-22.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something, Phil. During the editing process, we're watching this video 20, 25, 30 times all the way through, trying to get it just perfect.
Right.
And then you post it. And then within 24 hours, you've seen, oh man, how did I miss that?
I know. It kills me.
I thought I had it all covered, but I still missed it.
This is the one that kicks you in the ball. Sorry, Monica. The ovaries. Anyway, when everything's laid out,
they gone.
That's how we learn to overcome, fellas.
Lint on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That type, especially if you're doing, I could do 4K video. So if you're doing 4K video, everything's more vivid, and you're like, I had a crumb in my beard. There's lint on my shirt. It's terrible.
That's why I do 1080.
My point is, you've looked at that 25 or 30 times while you edit it, and it never even showed up.
Yeah.
You never even noticed it.
I know. What are you saying, Dave? What was on your cheek?
Oh, I had some kind of food or something from a steak on my all along, and I didn't even know it.
I know.
Funny.
Yeah.
For me, it's the background.
That's what makes sense.
Clean that background all damn day, but there's always something out of place.
The spoon. the broom.
Mike, I like
Exactly.
your setup. I like your
You done,
setup
you done
outside.
slid
That's
that
pretty
cookie tray
cool.
out of the way, but it was not out of the way.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm really good now because now I have another monitor that sits off on my camera, and I'll angle it just right so you can't. I mean, I will sit there for 5 minutes and scan everything. Go, okay, that got it picked up.
See, I need to get another monitor. What I do is going to make you laugh. My top-down camera, when I do set up that one after the support and cast straight on, I reposition the camera. And I got a 3-step freaking stool. I got to step up, look down, make sure it's perfect, go back down, and something's not right. The cutting board's crooked. Some shit.
It's always something.
Exactly.
I hear you.
Well, what do y'all do for lighting?
I use, do I have them?
Outside, I use natural for the most part. Inside, I have a soft lamp.
Okay,
Yeah,
in my kitchen, I've replaced. Okay, let me back. I have the canister lights, that are in everybody's ceiling. Well, the round thing when you screw the light bulb up in there.
Yeah.
And then I also have it's not a chandelier, a light fixture. That light fixture is normal, soft white bulbs, which are yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All of the canisters that saturate the rest of the kitchen, I've replaced with daylight bulbs.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So if
My
I'm
wife hates
filming,
daylight bulbs.
they're bright as shit. They are. So when I'm filming, I flip one switch, and I got all daylight bulbs, and then I do have some specific smaller bulbs that focus in on whatever I'm cooking on.
Okay.
And then I open up the shades on a window on a brightly lit day, and I'm getting more daylight in.
Yeah.
But it's indirect.
I try to use as much natural light as I can.
Yeah.
I've got a couple clip-on shop lights with LED bright bulbs in it, and that seems to be working well for me right now.
Okay. But see, now, if you look at all of our screens right now, Dave, you have soft white bulbs wherever you are.
Yeah.
Because there's a yellow tinge.
Yeah.
All right. Bill, you got daylight in your face. I got daylight in my face. Monica, I think you got soft white around you. Mike,
Yes.
I think you got daylight in your face, and there's a soft white on as well. Over your
Two
head,
lights.
there's a soft white.
Two
Yeah.
lights. Right about
You can tell by the temperature and the color of the light. Now,
Yeah.
the average person doesn't pay attention to that until they see a video that's yellow. Oh, that looks weird, because they're using regular, everyday, soft white bulbs, which are
Okay.
yellow.
Well, Monica looks good with her lighting.
I guarantee she has a daylight in her front and a soft white over her, I think.
Yeah. I don't see any yellow at all.
it. Some of that comes to complexion too, though. I mean, there's so many different
Monica has a
aspects to light.
glow.
Yeah, but there's so many different aspects to light, right? I can sit here and go, okay, yeah, it looks good enough for government work, right?
Yeah.
But I can go into my kitchen where I can use all the lights in the world, but my damn cupboards are tan, really light. Well, I don't know, orange tan, and they look like shit.
So's your color.
And there's not all the color in the world, and it ain't gonna change that.
Then
man.
you don't film those.
I know.
You concentrate
Right.
on the
Change
food
back.
and you.
Yeah.
That's,
Change where you're filming, yeah.
yeah.
Outside, I just have clip-on reflector lights. From,
Oh yeah.
from Lowe's.
Outside's easy. You get
I put daylight bulbs in that, 100-watt bulbs, and I just move them around to wherever I need them.
Yeah. So, Phil, you got any suggestions for me as far as the bulbs? I need to change these bulbs then, don't I, to get rid of the yellow?
If you're wherever you're filming, only filming, you want to have daylight. If you can't get natural daylight, then you have to create artificial daylight.
Okay.
Dave, you need a tan too.
I probably do.
Because
They need a little sun.
this light right in front of me, it's a little LED. It's about this long on one of them wire, and it just sits right over my camera.
Well, now,
Okay.
Phil, you look like you're sitting in the shadows. I can see your face real well, but there's like a dark circle around you, kind of like a shaded, like a darkness around you.
And everything behind me is blurred out.
Yeah.
That way you're concentrating on me,
On
and the
your
blurriness
face,
is the background, because that's the camera and the way I got it set up.
Well, thanks for that. I've learned something today. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that, Phil.
What?
If I could jump in there with for Coleman. It says he shoots outdoors and struggles with lighting all the time. Just get a reflector light, just a clamp-on light. They're like $13 at Lowe's, and just put a daylight bulb in it and move it around just to kind of lighten up a shadow.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what I've got. That's what
And
I've got here.
that will brighten you up quite a bit.
Let's see.
And don't film at high noon. Don't film. You need to film in the morning. You got the golden hours.
Correct.
The golden hours in the morning before you get full sunlight, and in the evening before the sun goes down all the way. Those are your golden hours when the sun looks the most golden. Once you get high noon and you don't have anything to block the sun, you'll get washed out. Now you got to counter too much light.
I got washed out so much. Somebody thought it was snow.
Yeah.
I said, no, that's not snow.
That was on your July cook, right?
But then you can get those the filters of what do you call them? You can get the
gels.
No, gels are for your lighting. You can get I can't remember the name of them.
Are they Lux or something like
Scotch.
For your camera lens.
No,
Your camera lens.
The Lux is your software. You have the
You have screw-in filters.
You screw the filters in, and you can turn your camera up to let in more light, but the filter, I can't think of the name of it, they still make it look good. They reduce the amount of light that's coming in, so you can crank your camera up.
ND filters.
Thank you.
That's Mrs. Dude, by the way. So
they hook onto your camera?
ND filters, they screw right into the lens, depending on the type of camera you have, or you can clip them on front.
Yeah.
The ND filter, you can either clip them on graduated based on the types you buy. You have some that you can just rotate and they allow more light, like an iris. And that'll overcome the excessive light if you're outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. Appreciate
I know. My wife's a photographer, and she's got all sorts of tricks. And
Yeah,
just like Phil said, you do it either in the first thing in the morning, or you do it, those golden hours. But if you can't, you gotta have something like the ND filters to.
Hey, Mike, you're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah. If you have a photographer wife, dude, you got us kicked in the ball. I need to stop saying balls. I'm sorry, Monica. Kicked in the butt.
I
like the ovaries. The ovaries were cool, man.
I got all
her in the
brothers,
ovaries.
so.
Yeah, that's true. I get a lot of tips and tricks from her, but I'll be damned.
How many White Russians have you had, Mike?
I've had none, but this is number.
Oh, you're drinking
4.
beer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking beer tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm being cheap.
You got me hooked on them White Russians. I've got some vodka in there. I was just finishing off some bourbon that I had.
I like you, Dave.
I like the white. I like the White Russians. I never did drink them that much. I usually drink vodka straight at room temperature. I just
like the other night.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way I drink liquor. Well, I mean, I don't drink cheap liquor like that. I usually buy something that's worth sipping on.
If you're gonna sip, you want good liquor. You don't want cheap shit.
No.
But if you're gonna mix it, I go for the $10 bottle of vodka for the mix. But if I'm gonna just sip it, no, it's gonna be Tito's or even more.
That's what I was drinking. Tito's. Yeah.
White Russian has milk in it, right?
Yeah.
It can, heavy cream. I use half and half, and Kahlua.
Here's the secret to sipping straight liquor. Chase with water.
Bill can appreciate this.
I know, man. I was watching. Chase with water. All right,
yeah,
guys.
my mom used to do that all the time.
Chase with water. 9 times out of 10, your hangover comes from 1, dehydration. You're drinking liquor. You're not putting any water in your body.
Exactly.
The more painful hangover. The more painful hangover is when you start adding a bunch of other shit. Rum and Coke is the Coke that kills you. You start adding a bunch of stuff. I'm going to drink a kryptonite. It's all the other crap you added to the alcohol that's going to make your brain explode. Yeah.
It's like drinking beer and wine. You talk about a hangover in the next day. I mean, you got a grape and wheat. It's going to mess you up. And you're going to feel it. Man.
The way I drink.
Like Phil when I grew up.
even though I sip on it straight, I never have a hangover. I've had hangovers before, but my drinking habits now don't cause me hangovers. I usually don't drink anything before 4 o'clock and after 10. Of course, I
That's
am
good.
today.
That's
But,
because you've learned.
Oh
See,
yeah,
hangovers are
I
like
love it.
trolls, right?
What did you say, Bill? You said something about what?
I said I want to grow up like you when I grow up.
Hey, listen. I drink a lot of stuff. All right, not a lot, it's quantity, but a lot of different things. But I don't mix. So if I'm drinking vodka,
I learned
I'm
that
drinking vodka
Start-
that day.
If you start with this, you
You
finish.
finish with that. Exactly.
Exactly.
If I'm drinking scotch, I'm drinking scotch that day. If I'm drinking rum, I'm only drinking rum that day.
Exactly.
I don't mix. You start mixing a bunch of this and a bunch of that, and you're going to throw up your uterus. I'm telling you, it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't even have one, but I'll throw one up.
That was for you, Monica. There you go.
I look at hangovers like trolls. You ain't a YouTuber until you get a troll. You haven't been drunk until you've had a good hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
But
drink
that,
a lot. Get sick on MD 2020. Yeah, boy, that's
We were
I've
talking
done
about it earlier today.
I've done it.
Yeah.
But, as you get older, you learn. You
Yeah,
learn what's
you're not
the
young
least
and dumb
painful.
anymore. You know.
Exactly.
You learn the proper way to get sick.
Exactly.
Monica, what are you drinking?
Just the old standby Mike's Hard Lemonade or cranberry.
Well, that's good.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, somebody's got to explain to us what happened tonight.
Exactly.
I'm drinking my go-to. I'm drinking Dewar Scotch.
Yeah, I was
Just,
gonna. I was getting ready to ask you, Phil, what you were drinking.
Oh
too.
man, I'm sipping on Dewar Scotch, couple lumps of ice, gotta have some water in
Yeah.
there. And well, when it comes to Scotch, and I know Bill knows this, you don't overpower it with too much water. One or two lumps of ice,
Exactly.
and sip
gives
on
you
your
the
Scotch.
water.
That-
gives you
that
the
ice
water
will
you
be
need
water
right there
soon
when it
enough.
melts.
Right, but that mellows your Scotch.
Yeah.
But then have yourself a water bottle or a glass of water next to it, and
Yeah.
sip on that too, so you stay hydrated and you
That's
don't wake up
good
in the morning
advice.
wanting to kill
Is that
yourself.
what you're drinking, Bill?
I'm drinking some Johnny Walker Black Label.
Johnny Walker Red, Black.
That's
This is
black.
Black
yeah.
Label.
Yeah,
Oh,
black.
that's smoky. That's
good stuff,
smoky.
though.
Some good
Well,
stuff.
see, that's why I
That's
like bourbon.
that's a
Because
barbecue
smoky.
drink there.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
I'll tell you
Coleman,
this.
I miss
Here's
it.
Here's a quick story.
Anybody
I'm
ever drink? Anybody ever drink Glenlivet?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
That's
uh,
good stuff.
Manischewitz.
Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, freaking Macallan. Come on, man.
This is my backup.
There you go.
Nice.
I love you, Bill. I love you, sir.
Oh,
But hey, I'm gonna tell you quick.
I'm a brother and you didn't know it.
I know, man.
Jameson's good too.
Jameson is good. Now, you know what's Jameson is great, and a pickleback. You ever had a pickleback?
No,
No.
Oh
What
my
is that?
goodness. A pickleback. You get you a shot of Jameson, neat, and a shot of pickle juice. And you hit the Jameson first, follow with the pickle juice. It sounds weird, but it's freaking delicious.
no,
man.
I like pickle juice actually.
Oh, I know what I'm bringing to Alaska.
Let me just say, I'm going to say Phil told me to do that.
Yeah, you will love it. You will love it. But hey, real quick, I want to tell you the story. We were on my whole family, we were on the Oasis of the Sea. At the time, it was the biggest cruise ship on the planet. And they announced, bing, boom, boom. If you go down to the promenade deck, they're having a Johnny Walker tasting. I was like, well, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on my way.
Singing
So
my song.
I walk into this Johnny Walker tasting with a double freaking shot of Dewar's. So I'm drinking my go-to and tasting these little bitty sips of freaking Johnny Walker. Man, they were looking at me crazy. The black was kind of smoky, but the freaking blue, as expensive as it is, was amazing.
I've never had the blue.
Dude, that's like freaking $200-300 a bottle. I'm talking about a fifth.
That's why I've never had it.
Yeah, me too.
That stuff was amazing. It was. And then I walked out with my doers in hand.
That's funny.
I've drank $160 bottle of a scotch before, and it was really good.
What brand?
I don't remember. I was at a friend's house, and he had some Cuban Havana cigars, and
Mm.
Yeah.
at the time I don't smoke anymore, but at the
I don't
time
either.
he had a little bit left, and he said, "I'll share the last of it, $160 bottle of scotch. I want you to taste it."
Yeah.
And we smoked cigars and drank the rest of that scotch, and that was really awesome.
Was it worth it? Did you taste the
Yeah.
epicness?
Oh yeah, and along
Really?
with that cigar, I remember at the time. Of course, now when I got back home, I was a little sick on my stomach. Between that cigar and the.
Yeah.
But no, I could tell the difference between that. I don't remember the name of it, but it was. He said it was $160 a bottle, and I felt kind
Wow.
of bad drinking the
Grumpus
last.
got a tan.
Huh?
Yeah, I was adjusting the saturation here.
Oh, he did.
I like it.
Shit, man, you darker than I am.
I know. He got a tan.
So when it comes to scotch and that, what is the deal with it aging? Like, so I had a friend of mine had bought a bottle of Crown that had been aged 27 years, and that was
Okay.
smooth. That was
Yeah.
smooth.
Oh,
But
I bet it was.
you do the one that was like 7 years, and it was like, oh my god, this is nasty. So what is the deal with aging
Well,
of
it's
scotch, whiskey?
okay. When you're talking aging, now, okay, let's do this. You have scotch, you have whiskey, you have bourbon.
Okay.
Okay, bourbon is American only.
Okay.
All right. The ingredients in bourbon are an American thing, but all of them, when they're distilled, are clear. Okay, all of them are clear. Where do you get the brown color from? That comes from the
from the
aging from the barrels.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now, Scotch from England, Scotland is aged. One, they have different ingredients when they distill, and then they age them in a different type of wood, as opposed to whiskey in America, which is aged in a different type of barrel. And then you have bourbon, which has also different ingredients, still distilled the same, but aged in a different type of wood.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like you got whiskey, you got Canadian whiskey, you got Tennessee whiskey, you got
Right. But the color comes from the aging and the sugars and the colors of the wood.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Because it all starts out clear. The longer it stays, now you got 15 years, 20 years,
it's darker.
7, it gets darker and more mellow.
Mellow.
Now,
Okay.
now Bill's drinking the black. After it's been aged, they will put it back into a charred barrel. Now they've burned out the inside of that barrel. Now it's got some char in there,
Yeah,
and then they age it further. Now it's smoky and darker.
yeah.
So it's all process.
There's a lot of people that don't
Now-
care for that smoky charred
Now-
taste, and then
Right.
Now, let me
people
just
love it. you
let
know.
me interject here that the aging is in the barrel itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Once
Okay.
you buy that bottle, you can leave it on the shelf for 30 years. It ain't going to get
It
any
ain't gonna get no better.
No.
Right.
It's about-
It ain't gonna get no better. Yeah.
I got some old scotch, and it tastes the same as it would have 20 years ago when I bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, is that like an oxygen thing, or is it a combination of the barrel,
It's
the
a-
wood?
It's the sugars in the fluid that they've distilled versus the sugars in the wood. It extracts the color. It
Preach
takes
it,
the
Daddy.
harsh.
Preach
It
it,
takes
Daddy.
the harshness out, and the longer it sits, the more it mellows. I can't explain. Wood is permeable, so now you get some oxygen, you get some air that goes in, you get some alcohol that gets absorbed into the wood that evaporates. There's a whole science behind
There's
it.
science to it. Yeah.
Exactly. Now
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I
Right
know.
now, we'd be brewing it ourselves, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
Well, that sounds
I mean,
like your homework for next time to figure it
But
out.
man.
if you buy 12-year-old scotch now, 20 years from now, it's still going to be 12-year-old scotch.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still going to taste the same
Wow.
as the day it came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I learned all that from the Discovery Channel and drank it.
But I do have to say that, like wine, if you take
How it's
wine,
made.
I love the homework.
if you drink wine out of a barrel versus a bottle, there's can be a huge difference.
Yes.
I would imagine the same thing with a whiskey, right? If
Yeah.
I were to drink whiskey out of a barrel, 27-year-old whiskey versus a bottle, it would be
Mhm.
different, right?
I don't know
Yeah, it
about
should.
that. I'm
Well,
not sure, but
it depends on if that bottle was drained off of that barrel.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Once it
whatever
hits the
barrel
bottle,
age is, once they bottle it, it's done.
once it hits the bottle, it's not going to change.
It's locked
Right.
in. Locked in.
Right.
Well, listen,
Gotcha.
guys, I'm gonna have to go, y'all. I've enjoyed it very much.
Dave, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You have homework, Dave, for the next show, by the way.
I'm going to jump off of here, too. I got to go
All right.
down and see what my wife's up to. Hey,
All
love you
right,
guys.
Phil. Thank you.
Bill, nice to meet you face to face. Monica,
Hey, nice-
love to see you.
Nice to
Good
meet
to see you.
Phil.
All right, Mike, thanks for letting me in. And
Peace,
I'll
brother.
see you guys.
Phil,
Y'all
I
take care.
watch all your stuff, and I rarely leave comments, but I've watched all your stuff, and I really enjoy it.
Thank you,
Bill-
sir. I got more coming. I just do the best I can. I'm trying not to go back overseas. I have a couple endeavors that I'm working on right now. Don't want to talk about them right now. I'm working on some projects. I'm trying not to go back overseas. So,
Well, I appreciate you jumping in when you can.
all right,
Bill,
brothers, y'all take
he's
care.
actually going to watch Blazing Saddles. That's why he's saving us.
Love you guys.
You know,
I'll
I had to
see
get
you.
that in there,
Love you.
dude. You
I
know.
know.
Be
Y'all
safe,
take
brother.
care. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was fun. This is what I love about it. You know, you just never know who you're going to get, and there's so many cool people out here that just jump in, and they're all characters. You know, I love this family that we have. I really do.
The
It's fun.
barbecue community is something I did not expect when I started my YouTube channel.
I didn't either.
Uh,
But I wouldn't give it up for the world.
this is probably the best part of having a YouTube channel.
I would agree. Whether it's being the host, see, for me, I love sitting back and watching, but being the host is an absolute blast, right? I mean, I could cut any one of you off at any time, but it's like, no, there's so much cool
what I
stuff.
do.
Exactly. I've actually, there's one person I did have to cut off. Like, all right, well, hey, that was nice talking to you. Take care. Goodbye. You know, but people just, they have different ways of looking at it. They bring different ideas. You know, it's like we were saying with cooking, right? This is how I do it. This is how you do it. This is how Phil does it, and Dave. So,
And
Yeah.
we're all trying to tweak it just to the right way that our family likes it.
yep. And we all support each other. You know, it's like I said, I don't leave a comment on everybody's. I just, you know, I watch, I like, and unfortunately, I got to go to the next one because there's just so many, and I try to watch everybody's, and I know I miss it. Like Lee did a thing on cast irons. It is on my list, but that is how far back my list goes.
I
It's
feel your
about a
pain.
week behind. Yeah.
You have to make a choice of watching the video or leaving a comment.
And I will watch his video. I will
watch
get to it.
And I keep thinking I'll get back and leave a comment later, but
I'm the same
unfortunately
way.
that doesn't happen.
Yeah. All right. Couple more questions for you, and then we're going to call it a night.
Okay.
What does 2021 hold for your channel?
Well, it'd be easy to say lose weight.
Yeah.
But no fun.
Not you, your channel.
But like I said earlier, I need to discipline myself enough to at least put out regular videos.
Okay.
And regular being whether it's once a week, once a 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, whatever regular is, I need to try to, or I want to try to put out something so my viewers will know, hey, it's time for Grumpus to have a video put out, and they'll start looking for me.
Nice. Very, very nice. Oh, you're welcome, Keith. Yeah, and actually I picked that up from you, Keith. So it is, we're a family. We are definitely a family. So appreciate that, Keith. So we're going to shift gears. You didn't know this, but we're making a movie about you, Bill.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And we need to know who you want to play you.
Brad Pitt.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
I see. I was
Uh-huh.
thinking Psy.
I get it all the time.
From the Duck
Uncle
Dynasty.
Cy, you got it. No. Jeez. All right.
I was thinking Uncle Cy. I don't know why. Brad Pitt. Okay, that one too. That works.
All right. Yeah. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. And Charlie's over there talking on the side, and so is Craig about something. Yeah. All right. So you see
I
behind
have
me.
no idea who
Yeah?
could do what I do.
Well, we'll work on Brad Pitt for you. I think you're going to like this movie. It's going to be great. The story of Grumpus.
There you go.
Grumpus on fire. Just. All right. You see right here. This is we ask every guest this. You know this. Cilantro. Are you team cilantro
Oh gosh.
or not?
Is Chris still on?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, what happened
I
to
would
him?
like to
He
vote
got scared
twice.
and bailed.
Twitter.
If I could vote twice, I love cilantro.
You're hurting me.
I
You're
would
hurting my heart.
I would eat cilantro salad if I could.
Oh God, bless
Well,
him.
I love cilantro, but I don't know about that. But no, to each his own, right?
It if I'm doing tacos, burritos, enchiladas, it's got to have cilantro. Now I'll
Gotcha.
chop up cilantro, and I may be the only one in my house that eats it, but it's just not right unless it has cilantro.
Okay. No, we got hashtag cilantro sucks.
My vote is cilantro.
All right. You know, I have to say, and that's wonderful. That's awesome because it is 11-7 or 7-11, whatever you want to say. But out of all the hashtags that I see on the live chat week after week after week, and I love it, is hashtag cilantro sucks.
Cilantro toothpaste.
Well, I mean,
Cilantro
I have
Cracks me up
never-
every time.
I have never talked to anybody that was middle ground. They either hated it,
Yes,
They had
exactly.
and
And then you got Chris who goes to another extreme and shoots it.
when I'm making my plate, it has to have cilantro on it. Sorry, Chris.
Cilantro rocks. Hashtag cilantro rocks. Oh my god. I cilantro tooth. I'm working on cilantro toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Yeah.
Cilantro toothpaste. Yeah, I would probably
Okay.
try that.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's
that
great.
sounds bad.
Well, let me
Cla-
put it this way. I'll
Yeah.
I'll buy a bunch of cilantro, and I'll chop it up. And there's me and my wife and my stepson, and I'm the only one that clears the cutting board.
Okay. There we go. Hashtag cilantro rocks. You know, I bought cilantro 3 days ago at the grocery store and left it in the bag by accident. And I was cleaning today and I found it was all wilted. And I was like, I was sad because I made tacos yesterday and I kept thinking I'm missing something.
used
And it was the
this.
damn cilantro.
As
But
soon,
I totally
as
forgot.
soon
about
as you get that home, put a single piece of paper towel in that bag.
Mhm.
it. That was my grandma's trick. You open
That
her
will
fridge
keep
back
that-
in the day,
that will keep
everything.
that moisture from turning it into slime.
Chris
So you
showed up
put it-
finally.
You put it in
Chris
the.
showed up.
Yeah,
You put
Chris
it
finally
with
showed
a
up.
wet paper towel, or the paper towel's dry.
Dry paper towel.
Yep.
That takes that moisture out of the bag. Now it will reduce how long that will keep in your refrigerator for 2 or 3 days, but it won't turn slimy.
Yeah.
Because
Chris cilantro.
most of the time the grocery stores are misting. They've got the misters turned on, and you're buying that cilantro and it's got wet all over it.
Yeah, it's
So
gross.
Put a piece of paper towel down in that bag and leave the bag open. Put it in the refrigerator, and it'll keep several days before it.
Too bad
before
it didn't
time
take the
to throw it away.
flavor out. That would be great too.
Well, I mean, if you leave it in there long enough, there won't
You
be no.
bleach it, I guess. That was my grandma's trick. Is you'd open her refrigerator, right? And every bag that was in there had a paper towel or two in it. It's just, that was her trick. And
That will keep it from molding.
Yeah.
But
Well,
any
you-
cilantro, anytime you buy it, if you put it in there more than 3 or 4 days, it doesn't taste like anything. It's time
Yeah.
to toss it.
I was so bummed when I found that today. I was just like, oh, gotta kidding me. So I made tacos yesterday and cutting everything up. And this is missing something, and I totally forgot that I had bought
Cilantro.
cilantro.
Yep.
Yeah. And a little bit is like Uncle Steve's shake, and he doesn't like cilantro either. So sorry, Uncle Steve, if you're watching, but a little bit goes a long way.
Oh my God, I like his shakes too, and he don't like
Yep.
cilantro.
Have you tried his new one? It's a dessert one.
I haven't got his dessert one yet.
I haven't either, but man, I'm looking forward to it, especially on a big old bowl of vanilla ice cream or something.
But
It just sounds good.
I got to tell you, everything that he's put out, it's hard to go to anything else.
Yeah.
It's almost like when I do a video and I don't use Uncle Steve's, it's almost like I'm cheating on him.
You got to read Rick's comment.
This stuff is really, really good.
That's the same reason I stuff paper towels in my shorts.
Hey, keep that moisture down, Rick.
Rick makes a good product too. Rick has good rubs as well.
Rick does have good stuff.
Yes, he does. He does. Well, guys, there's another show. Mad Moose is getting ready to start here in a few minutes. So, do you have anything else you'd like to say to your audience, your fans?
If you're talking to me,
Yeah, you.
I just want to say I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching my stuff. I hope I'm putting out stuff that you enjoy, and that's the bottom line. I just want to do stuff that I would watch, and I hope it's something that you would watch.
Right
We
on.
enjoy it.
Appreciate you
Oh, yeah.
tuning in tonight and finding a little bit more about Grumpus.
Yes.
There you go.
We
Great
loved it.
audience. Thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate it.
It's been fun.
It's been
Our
a
guest
blast.
next week is Ron from Four Seasons. So I hope everybody tunes in. Bill, once again, thank you so much. I had a blast getting to know you.
I appreciate you having me
It seems
on.
like every show just gets more fun. It
Yeah.
really does.
It's better.
Yeah. No, it does. There was a time there I was like, crap, gotta do a show today. You know,
gotta push
but-
on through.
Yeah, and then I took 2
Thanks,
weeks
Greg.
off for the holidays, and it's like, wow, this is great. And I think we started out with Dave from the Bomb Smokes, and this has been great. Just so much
Well,
fun.
it's just like putting out videos. Everyone's not going to be a home run.
It's true.
You just keep coming up the bat.
Well, it's like I was saying, the one that we did with the Indian food with Harita and Drew from Dude Jellies. Today I got like 125 hours worth of views on it. It's like,
Good for
Crazy.
where
you.
the hell did that come from? I have no idea. And I even reached out to Drew today and said, hey, did you by chance do an email? No, he goes, no, didn't do anything, man. It's like, what the hell? Where'd it come from?
Well, I don't know much about the analytics, but from my experience,
Thanks, Marcel.
you just do what you want to do and let everything fall into place.
There you go. No truer words. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Bill, you've been awesome.
Have a
Appreciate
great night.
y'all
Welcome
tuning
back
in.
anytime.
I appreciate you having me on,
Yeah.
and this has been a lot of fun. And I enjoy seeing y'all in the future.
Speaking of Drew, there he is right there.
Yep.
All right. All right, guys. We will talk to you later. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll see you,
Bye.
Mike. See you, Monica.
Bye.
Everybody.
One more time. Everybody say goodbye. Bye, Bill. Thanks.
We'll see you. Thanks. Bye.